So, July 23rd has come and gone, and with it we got a large amount of new information and actual gameplay of the newest Halo game, Halo Infinite. In today's video, I want to go over what I think is good and what I think is bad based on what we have seen from 343. I know this video is coming later than most, but I wanted to wait and see what other information came out in the few days after the reveal so I can make the most informed video I can. Also, please keep in mind any criticism about the demo is just that, it's criticism. Trying to block criticism about the game by saying it's an old build and stuff like that often defeats the purpose of an early release demo such as this one. It's designed to get feedback and criticism about the game so that the developers can improve the game before the release. But anyways, with that out of the way, let's go over what I thought about the reveal and the trailer and the gameplay and just everything about the game. So overall, I would say I am very pleased with what I saw. The gameplay looked fun and engaging, and it seemed to blend the classic Halo and 343 Halos together really nicely. The four things I am most excited about from the Halo Infinite showcase are the story, the new weapons, the kind of semi-openish world, and the new sandbox additions. First of all, let's talk about the story. The story in Halo Infinite actually really interests me because currently 343 has given me a lot of questions that I want to find the answers to, such as is Lasky and the Infinity still alive? What happened to the UNSC and realistically all of humanity? Where is Cortana? Why is Atriox not here? Why do we got this Escheron dude? While these questions all had me interested in the game anyways from the past trailers, what really sold me on the story was the speech given by Escheron, the new Brute leader, at the end of the gameplay demo.
Leave us both. Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bare your fangs. Fight hard.
As he gives his speech challenging Chief to a fight, it just gives me so motivated to go out and play this game and meet him on his challenge. I don't know what it was about that cutscene, but like the music in the background, like just how the Brute was getting in it, like snarling in your face. I don't know, that cutscene just really got me into the story, got me really invested. I want to see what happens, I want to kick that Brute's ass. Overall, what we have seen from this game has shown just enough to get me hooked, but not enough to spoil anything, which I am a really big fan of. Currently, my theory about the story is that humanity and the Banished are fighting for control of the Halo ring because it can be somehow used against Cortana and the created enemies from Halo 5. But I don't have much evidence for this theory, so I'll leave it at that. Now, let's talk about the new weapons, which I am mostly a fan of. So far, all the new weapons seem cool to me besides the new pistol, as it just seems so generic. But the Banished weapons especially look really cool and unique. And from what we've seen, they are very powerful, and overall, I'm excited to see what other weapons they are including in the game. Also, as a side note, I know a lot of people are worried that the new pistol and shotgun are replacing the Magnum and Classic shotgun. And while it is a possibility, I think that it is unlikely. My reasoning is that for every weapon you pick up, it gives a quick description. For instance, when the player went to pick up the shotgun, the description read, Shotgun, Kinetic, Spread. The description makes me think that there will be a wide variety of weapons found throughout the game. Otherwise, I do not know why they would think they would need to put a description for a shotgun, especially since in most Halo games there's just one shotgun. So I think this gives a little credence to the idea that the shotgun we saw in the trailer is not replacing the Classic shotgun, but is merely another option and one of many in addition to the Classic shotgun. But if this is the case, I would imagine it would be a similar situation with the new pistol and the Classic Magnum. But I could be completely wrong, and honestly that'd be a real shame, especially with the pistol, because I mean, that thing just looks straight out of it looks like an airsoft gun I have in my drawer. Like, nothing about that screams Halo, it just screams generic gun they went to a gun store and 3D modeled. I mean, not having the Magnum wouldn't kill the game, but it wouldn't really be helping the game either. Another aspect of this game that the reveal has made me really excited for is the at least semi-open world that this Halo game will take place on. I feel like Halo will work great in this style of game. That is because Halo has always rewarded players for exploring the environment, and this seems like the best way to do so. I mean, from what we saw in the gameplay demo alone, it got me really excited. The demo showed off so many different little nooks and crannies that I would want to go out and explore on this Halo ring. I'm willing to bet players can go find new lore, terminals, hidden weapons, and pieces of equipment hidden all throughout this game. And because of how open the world design is, this game seems extremely replayable. I mean, just watching the gameplay demo, I could think of like 10 different ways to play through that whole objective. This open world combined with the story actually makes me really excited for the single player side of this game in a way that I've not felt towards like any game in quite a while. And finally, the last thing that this reveal got me really excited for is the all new sandbox elements. Everything from the brutes throwing grunts to the grappling hook all look really cool and look like they'll be really fun to play with when the game releases. I for one cannot wait to see how everything interacts with different sandbox elements to create really unique gameplay scenarios. I just can't wait to like chuck a fusion coil at an enraged brute as he's charging towards me, but that's about all I have to say towards the things I was really excited about, and now let's talk about what I was not so happy with. And I will not be the first person to say this, but it seems like the worst part of this game is the graphics. I mean, you've probably seen the memes about it at this point, but the graphics and some animations just seem unfinished in this demo and not good enough for a game that has 4 years of development so far. I mean, the assault rifle and other parts of the game just look like they are flat out missing textures. The lighting seems off in certain environments, especially with the enemies, and the pop-in effects just look bad. I mean, this game doesn't look terrible by any means, and some parts of the demo looked really good, but it by no means looks like a game that should be under a year from releasing. And I don't know what all 343 can do within this time frame to fix the issues. Even though they have said it is an older build, they haven't said quite how old it was, so hopefully they've had a decent amount of time to fix a lot of the issues, and from what we've seen in the gameplay trailer, it does seem like even the gameplay trailer has improved some aspects of the graphical fidelity. But beyond that, I just want to go over 3 things that 343 can do, I hope within this time frame, that I think are simple things that could go a long way towards making this game look a lot better. For one, fix the pop-in with the grass and the clouds. I don't know quite how easy this is. I feel like this would be the hardest thing for them to do, but I feel like with how easy they say the Slip Space engine is to work with, and with how powerful the Xbox Series X and PCs are, I feel like this is definitely something they could get under control, because having the clouds pop in when the player rode up the elevator and just seeing grass pop in as you're driving a Warthog really takes you out of the game. Another thing that 343 should do is add some more contrast and saturation with interior lighting, and add textures to basically everything to make it look like it's actually been used in war, instead of everything looking like they were made straight out of a toy factory. I mean, the brute armor itself looks really good, except it literally looks like it's made out of like plastic. Not because of like the 3D modeling or anything, the model itself looks straight out of Halo 3. The problem is that the textures on it make it look like it's never been used in battle. It looks like it was literally freshly painted right out of the drop pod. If 343 can fix these 3 issues, I think it'll go a long way in making the game look a lot better. Some parts of this game do already look good. Just watch the gameplay demo yourself and you'll see a massive difference in graphical quality for different aspects of the game. But it just needs a lot more polish to make it a ready to release product. Overall, I am a big fan of the current art style they're going with. It just, as I said before, just needs some polish. But anyways, those are all my thoughts on the Halo Infinite reveal. I mostly thought it was good, and I am excited to play it. But what are your thoughts? I want to know what you guys think in the comments below, so please leave them down there, and I really look forward to reading them. And until next time, goodbye.